What's everybody doing on this fine Friday? We at work, you already know, like always, and it seems that around the area is pretty chaotic because I hear all kinds of sirens and ghetto birds and whatnot. So it be popping already over here, shit. Like, let me guess, first homicide of the night, and probably not even the day. Sad reality. Welcome to Kelly Cali, But what is the internet and YouTube? What's cracking like out there with everybody? Hope everybody's, doing good. Having a Firme Friday. Firme Fridays, huh? You already know. What's good, my boy? What's cracking like a low key? ¿Qué dice la buena vida? What does a good life say? Sometimes, like the Spanish comes out and then I forget that not everybody understands Spanish. And it's like, oh shit. Like I get that sometimes, when I do a video and then people will ask me like, hey, what you mean by here and there? And it's like, oh damn. Like I always forget that, that not everybody speaks Spanish. Trying to stay warm? Damn, said it was cold like that. Where you at? It's kind of warm where I'm at right now, though. It's pretty nice right now. Clear skies. Probably like 73 degrees right now. Maybe 76. I can speak Spanish a little. Yeah, you see? That's a trip. My wife, she's Mexican, but she can't speak Spanish. Because her parents were born here and her grandparents were born here too, but their parents come from Mexico. Their great grandparents come from Mexico. Right? And my brothers and sisters, they can't speak Spanish either. Because I could speak Spanish because I was raised by my grandma, but my mom and my jefe, they speak English, so they would always talk to my brothers and sisters in English, right? But my grandma and grandpa, they can't speak English to save their lives, right? So since I was raised with them, that's how I learned the Spanish from them. But my brothers and sisters can't speak Spanish. And not only that, but there's several homies of mine who are Mexican who can't speak Spanish either. I actually meet a lot of homies that can't speak Spanish. A lot actually. Because it's rough too, like if you think about it, because like they come here, right? Like some of their parents were already born here to top it off, right? But let's say even when they come here, right, and now they have to learn how to speak English to get their citizenship, right? So they're trying to speak English more, frequently to get their citizenship, right? And then in school, all they're learning is English. So, I mean, Spanish becomes, harder and harder to, to pick up when everybody around you is speaking, English. You know what I mean? If you're getting no influence of no Spanish at all, Baltimore is freezing. Damn. All the time, though? Oh, no, wait, we're in winter. Never mind. That's right. We're in December. It was 20 degrees last. Damn, my boy, serio? Like, you fools be shooting and the bullets will freeze when they come out the chamber? The bullets will freeze before they even hit you? Hey, the spray paint, before it hits the wall, it freezes? Like, damn. That's crazy. How, like, you try to catch a hit up and the fucking paint freezes? It doesn't even stick on the wall, because when the wall's wet, that should just be dripping. It just smears. It's not even worth it. What's good, Mr. Pasa? What's cracking lacking? That's actually a real thing. Like, if you try to spray paint a wall when it's wet, it's like you're just gonna get a disaster. It's not even worth it. Damn, serio? Shit, we never get snow over here. You barely get snow in the mountains when you come over here. Like, most of the time you go to the areas that's supposed to have snow in it, like Big Bear or, what's the other one? Fucking, Mammoth Mountain or whatever the fuck. Every time I go up there, man, they ain't shit, bro. No snow. It's cold, but that's about it. It's like, man, where the fuck is all this snow people be talking about? It's all right, because I ain't even trying to put chains on wheels and none of that. Oh, hell no. In this weather, hell no. Like, hey, there's the enemy. And then you go outside and it's like, oh, hell no. Fuck that. Fuck, gonna get a pass? Like, yeah, bro, it's so cold out there, bro. Like, shit, I'm cold, homie. Can't even take my arm out to, you know, to extend it for the gap, bro. I gotta be like, trying to keep myself warm, homie. Like, well, we can go out there and we can shoot this fool, or we could just be chilling right here drinking hot chocolate and watching MTV. What do you think about parents trying to put their kids on game with the music they grew up with, but instead insult them by saying the music their kids listen to is garbage? Yeah, I don't recommend that at all. I see that, and you know, as a trip, I see that happen a lot. Like, man, that's not real. And look, don't get me wrong. I don't like the music of nowadays, right? I think the music nowadays I'm not a fan of, right? But there's several reasons for why I'm not a fan of it, right? But my kids like that kind of music, right? And I'd be telling them, damn, hey, this is good right here. This right here, this is a good song and everything like that. But in actual reality, I mean, I ain't really digging it, right? But I'd rather have them hear that than have them, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. They listen to some rap, right? But I already broke down the concept of why these individuals, you know, are the way that they are, choose to rap about what they choose to rap about. Like, let's say, for me, for example, right? So they understand the concept of that. But if your kid doesn't understand the concept of that because you don't want to take the time to actually sit down and actually educate them on it, then I don't recommend it, right? Right? Because if you leave a kid to only try to figure it out himself, you already know if the kid, a kid is only going to make, you know, the choices that he's able to comprehend, right? Which are not going to be, you know, good choices, right? So unless you provide guidance, but if you're not willing to provide guidance, then I'm sorry to say, then they're going to see what the lyrics for something completely different than what you want them to see them as, right? So with music, like, you know, one of the things, like, for example, like me around them, I don't really like to bump rap around them, right? When they're around. When they're around, I like to bump old school and oldies. That's why I love old school and oldies, because oldies is the one music that you can hear with, it doesn't matter who's around, you could bump it as loud as possible because it doesn't curse, bro, and it's not talking about, you know, violence. I'm not saying that music makes people do what they do, right? But it does plant ideas in people's heads. And when you provide no context to it, then the child's gonna only, you know, you're only leaving him to his own mind. And, well, let's just say the mind of a juvenile is a pretty chaotic place to be in. Yeah, but I think that's pretty dumb. Your channel deserves to be monetized. Well, it is what it is, my boy. Like, I don't dwell on that, you know. Bro, I was happy C-Mac got arrested. I bought a whole bottle and got drunk. Well, I mean, he wanted to be gangster. I mean, he's all this talk about gangster this and gangster that, and you know, causing destruction and super crib and what they will. Okay, understand. You know, because I see people are upset and, oh man, that's messed up the way the cops did him and everything. Bro, the cops didn't do nothing, bro. That guy is living how he truly wants to live. You know, the gangster, and be seen as gangster, and proceed as gangster. All right. This is what comes with all of that, bro. This is what comes with all of that. This is the outcomes of being a G, bro. Why are people acting surprised? Why are people acting like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening? Like, bro, what the hell did you think was going to happen being a gangster? What you think was really going to happen? You're going to win the lottery? You're going to make it and have a mansion? Bro, we're talking about the streets and being a gang member here. These are going to be the outcomes. And I mean, it's what he wanted, no? Right? He wanted to be super crib and everything. Órale. Ahí está. I'm not hating on the individual. No hate. But if that's how you want to live and that's how you want to be perceived, órale. You know, that, I mean, come on, that's the outcomes. If you want to move north where it's cold all the time, grow your hair out. Oh, yeah, for sure. Those are facts. If I was to be in a cold area, I would definitely have my hair. Yeah, because, nah, bro, because trust me, even when it's cold over here, bro, and when I barely do my head, and like it's raining outside or something like that, ooh, it's cold, bro. Shit, that shit ain't even, man. Especially where I work, since I work in the freezers and everything like that, man, bro. I be having to have fucking beanies and hoodies and fucking scarves just to try to stay warm. So I already be knowing. I'm glad that blockhead is getting 15. I don't know about all that tampoco, you know what I mean? I don't know if like, I don't think he deserves to get 15 years. You know what I mean? Like, that's already the law abusing their power. You know what I mean? Like even though this individual doesn't learn and he makes, bad decisions and everything like that, at the same time, we can't let now the law, now over exaggerate or try to make an example of this individual like that by, how could I say, by throwing him to the wolves, you know what I mean? Like, because at the same time, if you're really looking to rehabilitate and you're really looking to see that people actually care about individuals or actually look to try to help them, fix their lives, how are you showing that by slamming this guy with 15 years, even though he hasn't done like a violent crime, because there's pedophiles and there's other motherfuckers that do all kinds of crazy shit who only get 6 years with probation or some shit like that, bro, right? And this individual, I mean, that I know of, I mean, he hasn't like shot nobody or killed nobody or nothing like that. Like, he's not like, he hasn't been like, crazy, you know what I mean? From what I know, he got caught with a gun. So, and now we can make the argument, well, what if he would use it and everything? Yeah, but then again, we can say that for anybody who owns a gun in the whole entire world, right? But we don't now go and try to throw them to the wolves, right? Now people could say, yeah, but he's a gang member. He's not. Yeah, but look at all the people who shoot up schools and commit all these, violent shooting, shooting sprees. They're not gang members, right? So, I mean, your argument, although I do understand where you're coming from, I mean, it's not really valid here, though. You know what I'm saying? So, I wouldn't say, that it's good that he got like 15 years or to say that he even got 15 years, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, as far as I know, he just got arrested. So how the fuck did he get 15 years already? Like, our justice system doesn't work that fast. I broke down some oldies in future videos because if you really pay attention to them, they actually spoke about dating underage girl. Oh, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. West Coast Graffiti. There was when was it? It was when the whole Jenny 6ix9ine, when the whole Jenny 6ix9ine incident happened, right? And I made a video and I said, if we're really gonna be now targeting people for the music that they hear and et cetera, right? I said now, because there's people, like, Jerry Seinfeld and Weinstein and, the Paul Walker, and we could go into all kinds of people, right? And I even said, and even some people who do oldies, I'll start breaking hearts if I dive into that. You know what I mean? I said that I will start breaking hearts if we really gonna be now, targeting people for the music they hear because of people being, with underage women. Man, if y'all only knew about some of these people that sing oldies, I would be breaking hearts, bro. People would be like, no, say it ain't so. Like, yes. Yeah, bro. So I already be knowing, you know what I mean? I know what you mean. And you're absolutely right, bro. And you wouldn't, I don't know if you're aware of like the artists and their backgrounds and stuff like that, but you'll be surprised what some of these individuals have been charged and been accused of and all kinds of shit, bro. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm glad you brought that up, bro. It's a good point. Very good point. My jefe used to look disappointed when I listen to rap. Old school Chicano rap tells me, hey, music corridos, norteño music, gente music. It's real Mexican from his perspective. Yeah, people are going to have their opinion on how they view about, gangster, I guess gangster rap, right? And but they're trying to say that they're Mexican, but they really don't see that as being like the real Mexican or whatever. It goes back to what I had said, the split between the culture, right? Like, what makes Chicanos and what makes Mexicanos, right? Because these are facts, bro. If you are born here in America, right, but your parents are from Mexico or whatever and all that, the people from your homeland, from the motherland, de la mera tierra, don't really see you as a Mexican, bro. They don't see you as a true Mexican. They see you as, bootleg, like fake, like half, like a mixed breed. You know what I mean? Which makes no sense because both of your parents are Mexican, right? So it makes no sense, but in their eyes, since you were born over here, I don't know if it's envy, if it's jealousy, I don't know what it is, but they truly don't see you as real raza. That's where, that's where Chicano was born from, because Americans don't see you as American, right? Because your parents are illegal immigrants in their opinion. So you're not a real American. And the people from your motherland don't see you as a Mexican, like a real Mexicano. So you're just like in the middle, like you don't fit into neither world, right? So these individuals created their own culture and lingo and everything where they feel like they fit in, where they feel like they belong, where they feel like, like they're a part of something. But that's where it came from. And the thing is that you can apply that for anybody, right? Because that's the reason why whites become from Chicano barrios, blacks, Asians, right? Because they grow up in our areas and they feel the same thing, right? You know what I mean? From wherever their parents come from, Irish or from Ireland, from, Asia or whatever, right? And they land right here. So the people over there don't see them as true Asians or whatever. And then they're not seen as real Americans. So they're kind of like stuck in the same boat with us, right? That's why they could understand what we're talking about, right? Understand our battles and our struggle, right? And why we could embrace them, why it's so easy for us to embrace them. And I know that the internet doesn't understand that argument because they weren't brought up in the streets and in these scenarios for them to truly understand what I mean by that, right? They're going on the, what they read on the internet of Chicano is, right? But not actually really living and really, out there with the Chicanos. You know what I mean? Because even though a lot of people, I hear them on the internet when they give these arguments about, Chicanos or whatever, especially when they're from the streets, it always blows my mind. Because when they're incarcerated, when you're locked up, there's individuals in there who are not raza, who are, from El Salvador or from Honduras or from Guatemala, or are whites or Asians or even blacks. And, and they're Chicanos, they have it tattooed on them and they, they claim to be Chicano and they say they're Chicano, and nobody right there tells them a damn thing. Nobody says, you're not Chicano, homie, or chales with this vato. Nobody says a goddamn thing, bro. He's embraced. He's shown carnalismo, love, all of that, homie. No one is telling that vato, hey, homie, you're not Chicano because you're not Mexican. Palabra. I put on everything I love, bro. Nobody's telling them fools a damn thing, homie. But yet out here, vatos want to be saying, nah, that vato's not Chicano because he's not Mexican. Bro, go tell your homie that's not raza, that's not Mexican, that he's not Chicano then. Start with him, bro. Once you start with him, then we can talk. But if you don't tell him anything, bro, but you want to come over here and bark a good one, nah, homie, miss me. That's the reason why I don't buy into these arguments that these people make, bro, because I'm from the streets, homie. I know the real deal. I know the real deal, homie. So that's why I don't buy into it when they say that. Now you have to be Mexican. Bullshit, bro. Bullshit. like I said, I still kick it in the ghetto with these individuals. Bro, no one's telling nobody a damn thing, homie. No one's even having these arguments. That's how I know this shit's offered for the internet, bro. Because in ultra reality, in the real world, bro, people ain't giving a fuck about none of that. Those are the facts. You know? Vatos ain't being like, hey, homie, you're not really Chicano. They're like, yeah, you already know perros all love, homie. But they want to come on here and say the opposite. Man. He's a fake G, though. Yeah, well, I mean, people will have their perspectives on him, you know, like, I truly don't know the individual. I mean, from what I have already seen, I mean, I could question some stuff, right? But I'm not going to go ahead and slap that label on him because I truly don't know him for me to say that, you know what I mean? So I can't speak if I really don't know, so. But from what I have seen so far, I mean, some decisions he has made are very, you know, would be seen as iffy on our side. But like I said, people's politics are different, and you know, you should grow your hair out, Shadow. Nah, I don't like hair. Neither does my hyena. Nah, I truly don't like hair though, bro. I don't like the way it feels. I always view Mexicans and Chicanos the same raza. I don't agree with the whole division. Exactly. Neither do I. But that's the thing that people always try to slap with individuals. You know, that's one thing I don't understand. And I always said that if you're ever gonna push for a movement, if you're ever gonna be part of a group that's pushing for peace or that wants peace or that you know you're looking for, you know, your people to finally live good, whatever, then it starts by not slapping labels on people. Like, you can't say that, oh, I'm gonna call my group the brown raza movement or the black movement or the white movement or the Asian movement or the you know, Mexicano movement or whatever, because now you're already drawing lines already. You're already dividing people with those names, with those titles. You're already setting division, right? You should want to push a message of peace in general, revolving around peace, meaning not just for your people, but for everybody in general, right? Because what's the point of uniting your people? You're still going to be clashing with a different group or a different ethnicity, right? So the conflicts haven't gone away. So the problems aren't going away because you just united your people, but now to be clashing with these individuals or those individuals. So in all true reality, this was never about peace, right? That's what I mean. If you're really pushing this shit for peace, then it should, you know, be, you know, with everybody, not just your group, right? Because that's really how you truly will have peace, right? You know, by you not slapping those kind of labels on your movement, you're now opening the doors for anybody who wants, you know, this movement of peace to be able to join in and participate and help you and you know, without feeling like they're being isolated, right? Like, you know, I'm helping these guys, but I'm not a part of their movement because their movement is about Latinos or brown or whatever the hell, right? So they can like support you, but it's kind of like you're kind of like, you know, outcasting them, you know? That's why it's not good to slap, you know, those kind of names and titles on groups and movements. Do you still tapping with your hood? Yeah, my boy. Yeah. But see, it's because my hood is who I am, though. Like, it made me who I am. Like, the thing is that with my neighborhood is that these are my real friends. Like, these are my real friends that I've known all my life. Like, these are not people who I, you know, pretend or just knew or whatever. Like, these are people that I grew up with. Like, and not only that, you know, I have 12 family members that are from my neighborhood. You know, my uncles, my jefe, you know, and they're all still in the mix and stuff like that, right? So they're my family. That's my family, you know, 12 family members, you know, everyone's always at my jefa's pad or whatever. So, you know, that's my family. And these are the people that I grew up and they're from my neighborhood. Everyone I have ever known is from my neighborhood. So, you know, like, these are literally all my friends. You know what I mean? Like, it's not me trying to pretend like they're my family or pretend, you know, like, they're legitimately my family and friends. Because that's what they are, you know? It's not what I'm trying to make them be like or using them because we're from the hood or whatever. Like, no, like these are the people that I know my whole entire life. The only people I have ever known my entire life. Like literally everyone I know is from my neighborhood. Like all my friends are from my neighborhood. You get what I'm saying? So like that's just the way it is, though. You know. Like even when people be like, "Nah, man, you gotta cut them off and stick to your family." Like, well, my uncles, my brother, my dad, like my cousins, are all from my neighborhood. So, well, you expect me to cut them out of my life too, then? You know, it's just like that's my family, bro. Because that's legitly my family. You know what I mean? But some people don't understand that though. They're like, nah, this fool just doesn't want to leave that life behind or whatever. Like, well, like this is like these are all the people I know. Like, but that's the thing. Like, I'm not like saying that. Oh, you join this life. This life is the best, or there's no consequences to this life or whatever. Like, nah, bro. There's consequences and there's all of that. You know what I mean? I'm not advocating it, but at the same time, I'm not gonna deny it either. You know what I mean? Because then I would be lying to the people. Why would I do that? And I understand people don't like the answer that I give when I still say that I tap in and stuff like that. But I mean, what do you want me to do? Like I'd rather be one hundo. People may not like it, but at least I'm not lying. You know what I mean? At least I'm not pretending that that I'm not, or that I'm this goody two shoes trying to be a goody two shoes or whatever. Like I always tell people, like I come with my own baggage still. Like we can only live and learn. But I prefer things being transparent, even if sometimes it doesn't sound like the best. But I've always said that I appreciate honesty over anything. Life is different if you never lived in the hood. You will never understand. Yeah, facts. Facts. Cold hearted facts. That's one hundo right there. I like that. If I knew how to pin, I would pin comments. No, but you're absolutely right, bro. Like you truly have to live it in order to understand. Like I guess one thing that people don't understand about the gangster life or whatever, that I see that often, is one of the things that gets pointed out. It's like saying, like, for example, real emotions are tied to this life, right? Like I'm gonna use some example. Like when vatos see their neighborhood on the wall, right, and people are crossing it out, they're not pretending to be mad, or they're not pretending that they're bothered or whatever. Like they're legitimately getting mad. Like those are real emotions they're feeling right there. Like they're really getting angry. Like if you insult their neighborhood, they're not pretending to defend their neighborhood or pretending to be mad. Like those are legit feelings. Like it's like insulting like your parents. Like like if somebody were to insult your mom, you would get mad and want to defend the honor or whatever. That's the exact same emotions that these individuals feel when their neighborhoods get insulted or some stuff like that, right? So these are real emotion that these individuals poured into this life. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, by you telling them they should just turn their back on their hoods or whatever, it's kind of like telling them they should just turn their back on their mother, because even though that's not their mother and stuff like that, that's where they, because growing up, maybe they didn't have, where to channel their emotions at. They channeled all their emotions into this, right? So this to them symbolizes, like, I guess what the love that they would have had for their family, right? So they channeled all those emotions onto this, right? So now by then, that's why you see that they, even when they get busted, you see them that they still think about it and stuff like that. And people are like, man, why do these people just flip and whatever? It's not a light switch. You're legitimately like someone telling you, turn your back on your mom and just walk away right now. It's not going to be easy for you to do. You're going to be like, what the fuck? No. It's the same emotional feelings. People always leave out the emotions when they talk about these guys are idiots or they're dumb or whatever. Like, bro, they really put real emotions into this. Like, these are legit feelings they're feeling, bro. They're not made up. They're not pretend. You know what I mean? You know, it's kind of like, let's say there's some people who grow up with not the best parents, right? Their parents maybe are scandalous or maybe do some shady moves and whatever, but you're still there because they're your parents. You're still gonna love them because they're your parents, regardless, even if they, you know, are not the best and they do a lot of shady and scandalous stuff, and you sometimes are just like, damn, what the fuck, you know? But you still put up with it because that's your family, right? Family's not perfect. You're gonna fight with your family. You're gonna have arguments. You're gonna have, you know, ups and downs. That's what it is, right? It's the same thing with a neighborhood, with these individuals, how they feel, right? And the shit that they go through, right? Ups and downs and all the chaos, right? It's kind of like a family thing. You know, it comes with the emotional roller coaster, you know, of putting your emotions into this kind of life. It's crazy. That's why I tell people, be there for your kids. You know what I mean? Build a relationship. That way they don't have to go and build a relationship somewhere else. Because if you don't take the time to do it, they will go seek the relationship somewhere else. You know, it's a trait of man. You know, that's just, as humans, that's just what we do. We look to seek to belong to something. You know, where there's a group of people who listen to a certain type of genre of music, book clubs, car clubs, you know, gaming groups, you know, music groups, but we look to seek to be a part of something, you know, everybody. So when this kid feels like he doesn't belong at home, right, because, you know, no one's looking to build no kind of bond with him, then he's going to go seek the bond somewhere else, right? And it's going to be so easy for him not to bond with these individuals because these individuals are coming from the same background as him, right? Like his parents are too busy, you know, doing them or just working or whatever, right? That, you know, like, yeah, bro, like, yeah, I understand what you guys are saying, man. You know, that's why the streets take them so quick, bro. Because, you know, when they can relate, bam. Handle it, my boy. Hey, I got to get back to work either way too, homie. So, I los guacho, you know, gracias, you know, to everybody, you know, right here tapping in, and we out.